Welcome to today's series. We are dealing on the series 2, and we'll be talking on power behind sex. Now, sex has what is called a support system. Sex has what is called a backup. Now, everything, anybody that is doing in this world without a backup, there is no efficiency, just as it is in sex. Sex has a backup. As I said earlier, that we'll be handling on Proverbs chapter 5, 15 to 18, which reads, "Drink water from your own system, running water from your own well. Should your springs overflow in the streets, your streams of water in the public squares, let them be yours and yours alone. Let your manhood be a blessing." Your manhood, your private parts, everything that makes you a woman, let it be a blessing to humanity and to God and the society which you are into. The support system of sex, which is the backup of sex, is lust. If we are into lust, if you can lust by your eyes, if you can lust by your heart, if you can lust with your feelings, you are prone to having an illegal sex, which is premarital sex we are advocating for. Having the lust of, you see somebody, the way the person dressed, and your heart begin to shake, begin to shiver. Back then in our secondary school days, one of our classmates is just that if he sees any part of your labs, just your labs, not your inner labs, you begin to quiver. You begin to see the person's penis begin to rise up. So these things are what lust increase. These are the backup of sex. Another thing is pornography. Is the second backup support system of sex. If you are prone to pornography or prone to blue film, you are prone to have lust. Yes, because you are transferring an education, a level of understanding to your brain, telling your brain this is what sex. And when your brain catches it, it will transfer it to your vein, to your blood, and it will tell your vein that this is actually what sexual feelings. You begin to have sexual feelings. So if you are addicted to pornography or blue film, now these things are prone to happen to you. Having the urge to have an illegal sex, premarital sex, is there. And again, blue films and pornography is prone to make it to have what is called masturbation. You can masturbate to eternity. If you are addicted to blue film, if you are addicted to pornography, you have no choice than to masturbate. Pornography or blue film works in pari passu with masturbation. They don't do without masturbation. So if you are addicted into pornography or blue film, know it that you are prone to have sexual feelings. One, and you are prone to dabble into sexual relation illegally as a young person. And just know it that marriage is not the end for your sexual feelings. No. Even marriage, you even find yourself that you are having more sexual feelings and more sexual activities. If you say that when I got married, all these things we settle, can I tell you the truth? It's not so. You cannot control your sexual feelings now that you are still young, now that you are still growing. I tell you the truth, you cannot control it when you get into marriage. That's why you see that some people, whether men or women, they are into marriage, yet they are going out of their marriage having sexual satisfactions. Now, again, is that all these things will still lead you, even in your marriage, you can never be satisfied with your man, with one man. you still know, you still find it difficult. You see, because you have tasted so many what angles of sex. You have tasted so many men. You've known the one the dick is big and the dick that is very small. So all these things will make you not to have sexual satisfaction with your what partner, and you are prone to go out of your matrimonial home to have sexual relation. So when you dabble into illegal sex, premarital sex, I tell you the truth, if you cannot control your spirit, if you cannot control your emotions, if you cannot control your feelings now over sex, I tell you the truth, you are not going to control it when you are into your marriage and into your home. You cannot control your sexual feelings now that you are still young, now that you are still growing. I tell you the truth, you cannot control it when you get into marriage. That's why you see that some people, whether men or women, they are into marriage, yet they are going out of their marriage having sexual satisfactions. Now, again, is that all these things will still lead you, even in your marriage, you can never be satisfied with your man, with one man. You still know, you still find it difficult. You see, because you have tasted so many what angles of sex. You have tasted so many men. You've known the one the dick is big and the dick that is very small. So all these things will make you not to have sexual satisfaction with your what partner, and you are prone to go out of your matrimonial home to have sexual relation. So when you dabble into illegal sex, premarital sex, I tell you the truth, if you cannot control your spirit, if you cannot control your emotions, if you cannot control your feelings now over sex, I tell you the truth, you are not going to control it when you are into your marriage and into your home. If you know how powerful sex was, you wouldn't have it with anyhow person. You'll be very careful. During sex, there are two different powerful exchanges that takes place. One is physical exchange. Second one is the spiritual exchange. You have a sex with someone, you come in contact with an exchange of the person's behavior, attitude, the physical features of that person, and the spirits in which that person carries, whether good or bad. The physical agents such as the person's behaviors, the person's ideologies, the person's manner, and the person's characteristics. All these things happens unconsciously. It took place unconsciously. All these things takes part and becomes part of you unconsciously. Even without you know, you see some people saying, you are now beginning to see you behaving like your boyfriend, or I begin to see you behaving like your husband. Somehow, that person has unconsciously impacted you through sex, but you don't know, and you didn't just learn it with your physical senses, you learn it with your psychological membranes. That's why there's an advocate for one man, one partner, one woman, one partner in a godly sex. When you are having a sexual relation with someone, you are automatically, spiritually, physically, behavioral wise attached to that person, and that is what is called intimacy. That's why it is said that sex keeps marriage going, and it's true. This is what took place when you see someone with multiple personalities. Let's take for instance, like every man that has one features. You see a child has the feature from the father and from the mother by men looking at that person, and by behavioral wise, and by male way of doing things. Now, you see the person is not, you see a child behaving like the father or like the mother, I will still see a child that behave exactly like the mother and like the father. So these are multiple personalities that took place in what? In sexual relation. When you see somebody having a multiple personalities, it's because maybe that person has entered into so many sexual relation with so many kind of people, and this is what is making them to be dibbling and dabbling in one confusion to the other. You see that person, what is happening to me? You see the person will be asking, what is happening to me? Where have I gotten it wrong? What have I entered into? Why am I behaving like this? I don't like the way I behave. This is not my usual self. Yes, it's not your usual self. It's not the way you used to behave. Why? Something has crept in. You have been into a covenant with somebody. That is why it happened. The person's personality is transferred to you. The person's blood of doing things, way of doing things has been transferred to you through your sexual relation. No matter how good sex is, no matter how pleasurable it is, no matter how fun and satisfying it is to you, sex can be manipulative. That people say that this person is possessed. No, the person is not actually possessed. Maybe he entered into a sexual relation with someone who has a bad spirit, with somebody who is demonized, with somebody who is controlled by evil practices. You see some people say that since I came into a sexual relationship with some person, my life became shattered, my educational excellence became shattered, this and this is no longer happening to me. Why is it like that? It's because you are into a sexual relation with a wrong spirit, with somebody with a wrong spirit. You see some people say that since I came into a sexual relationship with some person, my life became shattered, my educational excellence became shattered, this and this is no longer happening to me. Why is it like that? It's because you are into a sexual relation with a wrong spirit, with somebody with a wrong spirit. Is God agitating that? Let it be inside your matrimonial home. It's because of all these things why you will be relaxed. Secondly, it will be an honor to you, so that when you are sharing a picture with somebody, you know that you are sharing a picture with one particular person. If there's any place you are getting confused, if there's anything that is getting wrong, you know that it is your matrimonial home. You pray to God who made the matrimonial home to be one, and it will be a solution to your life. The only solution is to have the key of patience. Be patient enough to have it with one man, one wife, to have it with your marital partner. This is what will give you honor. It's part of your blissful what? Marriage. Is to have the key of patience. Be patient enough to have it with one man, one wife, to have it with your marital partner. This is what will give you honor. It's part of your blissful what? Marriage.